What's up, y'all? Now we're gonna talk about things that make men weak to a woman, to women. Now, the first things first, what makes men weak to women is when you scared to approach her. She know that you want to approach her and you scared to, take action and tell her what's on your mind. A woman can sense when you are, a weak man. The next thing that make men weak to women is when you don't look her in her eyes when you talking to her. This a big one, because the eyes is the window to the soul. When you looking at a woman, when you talking to a woman, make sure you looking directly into her eyes. Let her eyes turn off, You look directly into her eyes and speak confidently and clear and loud enough so she can hear you. Because when you looking away and trying to, walk away and all that, nah. Stand up there like a grown man. Stand on your own 10 toes, and look at her directly in her eyes and tell her what you're trying to tell her. You know what I'm saying? Don't be looking away when you talking. When you looking away like that, bruh, she can tell that you weak. You know what I'm saying? That you don't want to face her. The next thing what makes men look weak to women is when you don't stand up for yourself. Yeah, when you don't stand up for yourself as a man. You let people talk to you any kind of way. You let a female talk to you any kind of way. And you don't say nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Women like guys that stand up for themselves. Women like guys that's kind of like aggressive. Talk to her, if she's saying something to you, saying something slick, put her in a place. You gotta put these females in their place. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you have, cause a lot of these females, they like being called the B word. So if you gotta call a little bit, then call a little bit in. I called this one female a bit because she said something slick to me. When I said something back, she knew that I stand up for myself. I seen her kind of smile. That's just how women is, They gonna test you. Now, the next thing that will make men look weak to women is when you don't want to take control. Yeah. You let her take control. You let her be that guy in life. Don't let her lead you, man. What's wrong with you? You can't let no woman lead you. You gotta tell her what you want. That'll keep her in her feminine, energy. Don't be scared to talk to these females. Don't be scared to demand stuff. Be demanding. Have a sense of pride. Don't have too much sense of pride, but have a little, have a little edge to you, bro. Tell these females what you want them to do for you. I had told this one female, she was a manager. You know what I'm saying? I told her to get me something. She did that. And she walked off like twisting and everything. Like she liked it that. I'm serious, bro. These women like that. They like that when you demand them, bro. When you take control. Tell that bitch what you want, bro. Tell her. That's what you're supposed to be doing as a man. You're supposed to be the leader. When you let a woman lead you, she know that you're a weak man. She knows that. Now, moving forward, what makes men look weak to women is if somebody disrespect you, like I just said, you let that bitch slide, but don't let that bitch slide. Don't let it slide, bro. Disrespect is disrespect. Disrespect is disrespect. Don't let that jump slide, bro. You know? Be a man. Another thing is what make a man weak to a woman is when you like, you know, you don't have that balance. You want to be that nice guy. Yeah. You want to be that nice guy. You don't have that edge to you, bro. You don't have that balance. But you got to have balance when you're dealing with these women. Because these shorties, bro, they something else. They really something else, bro. Women, like, they kind of aggressive, like, they is. So you got to be aggressive back. You know? Why you think they like the roughnecks? You know? That talk to them like they ain't nothing. You know? Better do this for me. Better shut up. Like, they, you know, they like that. Don't play that nice guy role, bro. You know? Don't play that nice guy role. You know you gonna get in the friend zone. Don't try to please her. Get her to please you. And since you're on Semen relationship, you should be doing this. Moving forward, what make man weak to a woman is you too agreeable, dude. You agree with her about everything. Like, literally. Like, she could show you a wig, and she say she like that wig, and you'll say, I like that one too. No, darn well, you don't like wigs. Like, come on, bro. Stop being agreeable. Stop being a yes man. They think that you got intentions behind that. They think you just trying to get to the draws. Stop being a yes man. Women don't like yes mans. They like guys that's rebellious. You know, because they like to, you know, those guys are hard to figure out. Stop being a yes man. You think she gonna pull her clothes down like that? Nah, you're not gonna get no draws like that. You gotta be yourself. Because if you ain't yourself, boy, she gonna want to be with you. She gonna think, why he keep saying yeah? You know, why he keep, you know, doing what I tell him? Why he keep saying yeah? A woman don't like that, man. You gonna be in the friend zone. Next, what make men look weak to women is that you always, you know, smiling and stuff like that and playing. A woman don't like that. I got that smile a lot. You know what she gonna think, bro? She gonna think that you soft or you sweet or something. You know, they like dudes that's serious. That's who they like. They like guys that are serious because they see them as, like, you know, masculine. They like guys that have that, like, that little mean mug. You know what I'm saying? But don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be looking too mean, but look serious. Talk to her. You know, another thing what makes men weak to women is your tone of voice. You talk too low when you talk to her. You gotta talk more, you know, in tune. You know what I'm saying? You can't be having that low voice, bro. Can't be talking to no one with no low voice. They're not attracted to that. They're attracted to guys like, huh? What you said? Yeah, that's how I like it. That's what they're attracted to. You talking in that low voice, bro, she gonna think, I ain't gonna put my clothes down for him. I know for a fact that, you know, he ain't gonna be, you know, he ain't gonna smash me right in the bed. That's how females think. That's how they think. When you talking low. When you on that feminine stuff. Women don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, what make men look weak to women, is how you walk. You gotta walk with confidence. You do. You have to walk with confidence, bro. With your head held high. Don't be looking down. You know, walk confident. Because women look at little details about men. And that's gonna tell her if she gonna wanna, you know, if she gonna let you hit it or not. You know, you gotta make sure you on point as a man. Because if you walking feminine, she gonna think in her head like, I think I think he's sweet. I think he's sweeter than a pinata. That's how females think. That's how they think, bro. They don't like men like that. You gotta tighten up. You can't let these women, talk to you any kind of way. You can't, bro. Nowadays, these chicks they like when you call them a B. They like when you call them a bed, bro. Call her a bed in.